Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Master Ace, Crooklyn Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? Juice Crew and all of that. Check me out coming up on I Only Touch Greatness, the podcast.
Okay. And because hearing that song, and it's crazy because 50 Cent actually put it on Power season 2 whenever he was talking to Kanan, when Kanan was talking to Dre, and he was like, "Do you trust your man?" He was like, "No, I don't trust my man." But then he turned, he's like, "Oh, fuck it. I love this song." Like, how was that? You know, they still, you know what I'm saying, reviving, you know what I'm saying, making you, you know what I'm saying, these parts. Like, how was that feeling too, knowing that it was on Power?
Nah, it was cool. I've had other placements before that, so
right.
It was a cool experience. You know, you get a little bit of money out of it, but for the most part, it was just cool to be acknowledged in that way by such a, you know, iconic show of a particular era. So definitely big up the music directors and 50 and whoever else signs off on those things.
Right. Because coming from that, man, it's just it's crazy because a lot of people, that what makes people want to get back to all this stuff, and I love that. Do you got a question, bro?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get one in here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one in for a while.
I know.
Do you have a dream collab?
I wouldn't mind doing something with Joey Badass. I wouldn't call it a dream,
nice.
But these are just artists.
Nice.
These are artists that I respect, and I like what he does, and I like his sound.
Yeah, I'm about to say I can actually see you and Joey Badass on the same track because he's hard.
Do you have a favorite venue or town that you ever traveled to?
It's a few cities around the world that I really enjoy when I go. Paris being one. I love Paris. I love Berlin, Germany. I love Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Man, I love Sydney in Australia. I mean, that's just a few of my favorites, and Vancouver.
Vancouver. That's what we were hoping for. We're trying to.
How many times have you performed here?
Probably 5 or so.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you remember what venues at all, or?
Oh man, there's one particular one that I've been to a couple of times. I should be able to rattle it off.
It would have had to probably been Plush or something like one of these.
Commodore.
Nope.
Big.
If you name it, this would have been like 2012, 2011, 2010, around in there.
Okay.
Was it downtown Vancouver? Like
downtown? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. There's so many clubs.
It might not exist anymore. But
that's another thing. They open a club. It lasts like 2 years until there's a shooting, and then they got a new. Name.
This spot was around for a while because I came back there like 3 separate times.
Caprice?
Nah,
Caprice,
if you say
no.
Richards on Richards, maybe.
Richards on Richards.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Master. Okay. I was about to say Master Ace Disposable Arts. Disposable Arts. Yo, so when that came out, because I remember when it came out, right?
2001.
And I used to always look at in you know the sources, and they look, you be like, oh shit, Master Ace got a new one out. Acknowledgement. Was that like a diss record? Because when I first heard it, I was like, yo, is he dissing somebody? And how dope was it, you know what I'm saying, at that time? Because it sounded like you was pretty serious about it. Like, how was it making that album, and how was it? And tell us a little bit details about the Acknowledge.
Yeah, Acknowledge was definitely a diss record. There's no secret about that. I'm surprised you even questioning it, because I thought I made it very clear that I was going at dudes. I even said dudes' names. So
right. Well, at that time when I first heard it, like I didn't know who it was. I was
probably because I wasn't dissing people that were known necessarily. They were like kind of more underground people. But yeah, it was.
It was a killer song. I felt bad for them cats. Whoever it was, I was just like, yo, I feel bad for whoever made him mad that day because that was, hey, I would be, like, I know I would be feeling real bad, you know.
But to answer your other part of your question,
Yeah.
To make that album, that album was like that's the most important album of my career, and I just say that because it was the first time that I truly didn't have to answer to a record label or an executive or anybody. I literally went in and made the record that I wanted to make. And I truly thought it was going to be my last album, so I wanted to make sure that it was exactly what I wanted. I didn't want any influence from anybody. I didn't want anybody putting anything in my head. Just be quiet and let me make this record. And so when I did that record and I did it the way I wanted to do it, to my surprise, it really took off with the fans. And then all of a sudden, I had this huge new fan base that I didn't have before, especially over in Europe. And from that point that I dropped that album, I've been touring through Europe because of that album. Really, that album has extended my career for 20 years plus. 20 years plus.
Right. And do you have a favorite piece of sports memorabilia, or not sports memorabilia, but any memorabilia, like a record or a plaque or anything you ever got?
I have so many soccer jerseys from different parts of Europe. I don't even know the teams, but I have at least 3 German teams. I think I have one from Switzerland, one from the UK. I just collect them. Some of the fans,
that's cool.
they personalize them and put my name on the back of a couple of them. But like I say, I don't follow soccer like that, so I don't know the teams, but I got them all hanging up in the closet. Most of them are too big; they're like XLs and stuff, so I'll never wear them. But pretty cool.
I know
Absolutely.
A lot of times, I know for Vancouver, a lot of times when people come, they hook them up with a jersey or some kind. They get them a jersey of some kind that way they're playing to the home team. So was that you like traveling through Europe and each one of the home cities gave you something?
Not each one, but just certain fans in certain cities over the years would just come to the show and just, present me with a gift, which is always nice. And I keep them all, man. They're hanging up in the closet. Most of them are, like I said, too big to wear. But I definitely keep them all.